Ladies and gentlemen, Fox News, in a settlement of about $780 million, essentially teamed up with the Democratic Party. Number one, they don't want more lawsuits. Number two, they might not even care about their viewership, which they probably don't. That's probably a joke to a lot of people listening. They don't care about their viewership. What I mean to say is they don't care about presenting a conservative or a viewpoint that is not mainstream. They tried that with Tucker Carlson. They got heat from Democrats. They had a lawsuit that, according to Alan Dershowitz, they shouldn't even have settled for. They shouldn't even have settled a lawsuit because the corporation suing them has to actually prove damages. Okay. The corporation suing them did not prove damages. So that's number one. Number two, they let Tucker Carlson go because he was too effective at communicating viewpoints outside the mainstream. That was the whole point of why anyone watched Fox News. Or I should say, recently. Fox was maybe an extension of the Republican Party 20 years ago, the way Democrats have CNN and MSNBC today. Okay? I talked yesterday about the letter from Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, then the lawsuit, then Tucker Carlson is forced out. There's almost certainly some type of agreement or tacit agreement or handshake, proverbial, some kind of situation where they find it in their best interest to alienate their viewership for financial gain. So they lost $1 billion or so. Fox News, you could type in, let's see here, where is that article? They lost $500 million. So Fox lost $507 million. No, the $1 billion man, Fox stock takes huge hit after Carlson exit. So they ended up losing $1.87 billion or $1.78 billion anyway. It was a $1.6 billion lawsuit. So they end up losing money in the stock market, but their stock, they're thinking will just go back up eventually. This is the same type of situation you see with other corporations trying desperately to appease a groupthink, the prevailing groupthink. It's not lucrative and it doesn't help the country. I think the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen, is trying to dictate how Americans feel about contentious topics. Fox News, you had Twitter before Elon Musk, you have various platforms, you have an entire public relations monstrosity that is only pushing the Democratic Party. And then you have Trump, who is his own public relations machine, but he should focus on the record low poverty that he presided over in 2019. He had record low poverty, and he should just run on that. That's all he should do. And I'm voting for Donald Trump in 24. But that's all Trump should do, is just focus on the fact that he presided over and his policies led to record low poverty in 2019 and record highs in household median income. That's what he should do. And that he removed Americans from never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts and endless military quagmires. But let's just read this. The billion-dollar man Fox stock takes huge hit after Carlson exit. This is the Washington Examiner. Fox Corporation stock lost $1 billion in market capitalization. So, I mean, they end up losing just minutes after the news broke the Tucker Carlson departed Fox News. They lose $1 billion. They lose $1 billion after trying to settle $787 million for a $1.6 billion lawsuit. So you do the math there. They're already in the hole. They've already lost more money than just actually fighting the lawsuit, which wouldn't have, I can't imagine it would have been hundreds of millions of dollars. I really can't imagine that. But see, you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, and check out the segment prior to this one, where you have RFK Jr. could possibly be Trump's vice president. That would be the best thing for the country in many ways, because it would bring Democrats, a portion of Democrats, voting for Trump. RFK Jr. as Trump's vice president, I'm telling you right now, a great many Democrats, and I was a Democrat my whole life. I'm now independent, but I was a registered Democrat my whole life up until about 5 years ago. There are a lot of people who might not tell their friends because they would lose friends and family because politics is so important for many people on the left. But there are a lot of people who would vote for Trump if RFK Jr. became his VP. One of the reasons that Tucker Carlson possibly was forced out was because he was backing up some of the claims that Trump's potential vice president, espoused. The issue here, ladies and gentlemen, is that Fox News just lost $1 billion in market cap. They had to settle for, $700+ million. And what do they have to show for it? Nothing. They have absolutely nothing to show for it. And I don't think they care if they go bankrupt. Maybe Rupert Murdoch and everyone else that runs Fox News are so obscenely wealthy, they don't really care. They'll just let CNN, MSNBC, The Washington Post, The New York Times, The Atlantic, New Yorker, New York Magazine, Rolling Stone, Vanity Fair, Esquire, most tech platforms, all of Hollywood, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, just take gigantic dumps on Trump and RFK Jr. and DeSantis and others who don't promote the quote-unquote mainstream or fabricated consensus on things. And so maybe they don't care. I don't understand why a network would lose would be okay with losing $1 billion in market cap. And I don't see, the whole point of Tucker Carlson being forced out is that he was too effective. So what are they going to do? Replace him with somebody who's just as effective? They're letting everyone know, they're letting their entire viewership know that they don't want to be too effective. They don't want to articulate or communicate in a profound or compelling manner views that are not mainstream. And mainstream in this day and age simply means a fabricated consensus of all the publications and comedians or late night time. I know they're not really comedians anymore. They're just late night political operatives. That's why I always say, ABC, Jimmy Kimmel, all these late night Saturday Night Live, maybe not Saturday Night Live because they're doing skits, but if you have producers, even at CNN or MSNBC, where's the line from First Amendment? Because the First Amendment, you could promote a campaign, but a campaign finance violation, if you're giving a thing of value, in this case, free political advertising to the tune of billions of dollars a year and tens of millions a day or week or month, if you're promoting one political vantage point every single night, I just don't know how Jimmy Kimmel isn't breaking campaign finance laws. I don't know how that's possible, to tell you the truth. Okay? Because there's a difference between free speech and coordinating in some manner with the Democratic Party, which, by the way, we know Stephen Colbert's producers and directors do. So if the FEC ever looked at that, very likely could be a campaign finance violation. It's not a First Amendment issue. It's that you're helping a political party and giving free advertising every single night. And there's some coordination. So you're working either with operatives, lawyers, public relations executives, advocates, or actual politicians, which in a recent instance, Stephen Colbert's team actually did. Okay, when they were basically doing the same thing that took place, almost the same thing, trespassing. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Fox lost $1 billion. because they wanted to settle. They lost $1,880,780 and they for a $1.6 billion lawsuit. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you.